Now, what I have here is a game of solitaire, of course. Sounds like that Warden and Cool Hand Luke. What I have here is a failure to communicate. No, basically, this is another way of looking at prioritizing these dominoes. I started with the cube. For the folks that have watched the cube video, now this is dominoes. Now this is to how to prioritize which dominoes to do. These are the tasks that are very easy to get to. They're aces. Of course, the twos are next and all the way up to the kings. It's solitaire. Very simple game. Okay, the key is to not cover up the tasks that are very important. It's that simple. You want to the aces come up here, and of course the kings, then the queens, then the jacks, then the tens, and of course you're peeling them off. And the key is to not, of course, the tasks that are really or the long term task, i.e. the kings or whatnot, are going to be they're going to be the ones that are going to be covered up. But the prioritized tasks, the ones that need to be done now, are your aces, your twos. You want to get rid of those tasks. And so if you have something you need to do, put it in priority of ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5, and continue to where it helps you prioritize. As you see me playing solitaire and getting my tail whipped. Okay, 5 to the 4, 4 to the 3. Now we're uncovering another task. Now we can put this. So now oops, no, we can't, because that's what's his name? That's red. So we're basically going in and prioritizing our task. So we know that the task we need to get done in order to get to the kings, in order to get to the very top, we need to make sure that these tasks are organized so that the priority tasks are at the top. The lower priority tasks are the ones we're doing here, as you see on this game of solitaire. We're breaking it down into a section to where you're seeing in real time prioritizing. These are the ones you have to get done. So you're gonna, the moment I get these aces over here, the two aces or whatever it is, I'm gonna start putting them up there because I want to get these tasks out of the way so I can get to so I can get the long term scenario. And so it's basically an easy way to prioritize your task. Okay, we got that task out of the way. Now we're gonna whittle it down. We're gonna get these tasks out of the way, and basically it's a lot easier way to look at prioritizing. It just kind of helps me out when I'm thinking about what do I need to get done first, what do I need to get done second. It's a lot faster way. Okay, we got this guy right here, we got this guy right here, this guy right here. Then we're gonna put, now here's the case. You want to make sure your kings, because they're the long term, they have to stay in the back like solitaire. It's just common sense. And you're organizing these tasks to where you can have the long term task here and the short term task at front. Then you can one by one put these tasks up here. One by one, you're putting these tasks up here so you could get to the longer term task. And once you get these tasks, this is just prioritizing. Once you get these things prioritized, you've filled up one of those spots in the domino, or maybe 3, or maybe 2. And then once you have the domino filled, that's one part of your cube that's filled up. It seems, I mean, once you see it graphically, it's a lot easier to digest it and see it and say, oh, this is how I will go ahead and manage. It could be a project, it can be anything you're working on, but at least you're able to look at it graphically and say, okay, now I see how I have to organize this task by task by task. I want to make sure that I'm doing, that I've got the priorities out of the way. You want to make sure that, and I think I'm beating myself up on this game, but that's all right. I'm just looking to see if I have a 6. No, but anyways, you see what I'm doing. Is basically a way of looking at the task at hand, and just basically organizing which task you have to take care of. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I don't see that. As you see, I'm playing very insane here. Now, look at this column. Once you get that, that's the longer, the thing you don't have to prioritize right now, but you have to prioritize the smaller numbers. So, basically, it's just the sake of just organizing it to where you can prioritize what you need to. Next. So now we got that. Now we got that. Now we got this guy right here. We got this guy right here. We're just sitting there, just prioritizing. Task management. And basically what this does is it'll help you not only just in the long term, but it'll help you basically, even in the short term, of being able to say, okay, I got this knocked out of the way, I got this knocked out of the way. I mean, the key is to try to get as much done in the priority that you can. And I mean, it's kind of hard talking to you as I'm playing because I'm getting wrapped up into the game here. But I just wanted to show you just a real simple way of just looking at being able to work with that task management that I was talking about with the dominoes. As I was saying about how to, that you want to fill up the dominoes one by one by one. Well, this will actually allow you to say, what task can I do first into those dominoes? And of course, everything's fractal. The cubes themselves can fit in the dominoes. The tasks themselves can be, in different cubes. It's, everything is quite fractal, and that's what makes this whole strategy. Well, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be, just finances or it could be anything you're working on that you need to take care of. Okay. Any task, any project, anything that is of a priority or anything that will, get your, something that you're working on, something that you need to get done, something that it doesn't matter what it is. The key is just to divide this up and prioritize it. Now you see, I think I've got myself messed up here. I'm looking for that 9. But anyways, I have to get rid of these first in order to get to these tasks. So, you take these little things out of the way. These could be considered have little dominoes within themselves. You got to get rid of this in order to get to the next one, in order to get to the next one. The dominoes are more for like putting together a, the cube. Well, let's start with the cube. The cube is your overall objective. You want to fill the cube. You want to make sure it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's an investment, whether it's a project. The key is to fill the cube first. But in order to fill the cube, you have to knock down. Each cube is filled with dominoes, and all those dominoes has to be knocked down. In order to knock down one domino, you have to prioritize the task that make that domino fall, and that's how you use solitaire. And solitaire are just the little micro. Like I said, everything's fractal. Those, every little thing that happens in that solitaire. Once you get rid of a whole row, or it could be the entire game. But all you're doing is prioritizing those tasks to knock down that one domino. So, hopefully this gives you a little bit more perspective. This is great for trading strategies as well as any other type of project.